thing?
I do.
Becky's got another drink. We're just mixing all sorts of weird shit. These are called Chuhai. Probably talk about them again on the show at some point. They take shochu, which is Japanese vodka basically, brewed from sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Anyways,
Can't
it's
remember.
basically Japanese vodka, and then they mix it with like a flavored thing, and it's just a cheap way here to get drunk.
100 yen.
100 yen,
It's like $1.
9% alcohol, in a country where the average beer is like $2, $2.30. So, like, this is like quadruple cost performance
Yeah.
for getting drunk.
And this one is grape flavored because I'm obsessed with grape flavored things.
You can't, well, you can tell it's stronger than your normal thing, but it, like, you can barely taste the alcohol, like, really, compared to vodka coolers. Like, sometimes vodka coolers that are strong taste just absolutely horrid in North America.
We had one
Pretty
earlier.
sweet. Tastes like fake sugar, actually.
It does. We had one earlier that tasted like orange and it was so good.
Yeah, it was really good. Did I manage to kill all the main characters? Yeah. Apathy is what I will blame. Go make up with my buddy, Hank. Please don't have killed yourself. Sumo.
Oh dear.
I came to say goodbye, Lieutenant. I was worried about you, Lieutenant. I came by to see if you're all right. You should stop looking at that photo, Lieutenant.
He's probably not as
Things
good a
will
boy
change
as
in the
me.
past,
Just saying.
but you can learn to live again.
Did he
For
even make his
yourself.
bed?
Betty didn't.
And for Cole.
For a while there, I believed in you, Connor.
He wanted us to be
I was trying
cool.
restore my faith in the world. But you just showed me that the androids are our creation. Creation in our own image. Selfish, ruthless, and brutal.
That's
Give
Play-Doh.
them my eyes, Connor.
Almost.
Made me realize it's hopeless.
Play-Doh?
Nasty. British and short. Oh, fuck.
Hank,
Can't
I...
remember.
Now leave me alone. Go on, complete your mission, since that's all you care about. Get out of here!
What about your dog?
Yeah.
Don't be a cunt to your dog. At least give your dog to somebody before you kill yourself.
Yeah. He doesn't need that stress. Oh, puppy.
How is going back in for Sumo not a fucking option there?
Yeah.
Can North be killed?
Marcus gave his life for our people.
In the
He showed us
shittiest
that
way.
We can choose our own destiny.
Are you sure that was giving his life?
But he is not here to guide us anymore.
Didn't feel like it was his to begin with, the
Now
way
it's
he
up to
gave
us
up the
to finish
ghost.
what he started. Humans have decided to exterminate
He
us.
looked like an asshole.
Our people are in camps right now, being destroyed. The time has come for us to make a choice. one that may decide the future of our people. They wanted a war, they'll get it. We are going to fight for our freedom. And we will win or we will die trying.
So, why is it that CyberLife doesn't have any ability to shut these things down?
Yeah, they said there's a failsafe.
The dude did. And like
Yeah.
you're telling me in this like scenario where all of humanity's in like at risk because of this, they haven't brought that dude, the former like
Yeah.
the creator, before Congress or whatever they do in America to like have him answer
Yeah.
questions like for national security. All of these things would have
The
happened.
failsafe doesn't work on deviants, apparently? How do we know
Okay.
that? Did they say that?
Still, there would be all kinds of political shit that would happen in the States. I'm just going to leave this the same segment, I guess.
At 6 a.m. this morning, a national curfew was declared. Civilian movement will be strictly controlled. The right to assembly is suspended. All electronic communications are restricted, and I have granted enhanced powers to our security agencies. In addition to these measures, all androids must be handed over to the authorities immediately. Temporary camps are being set up in all our major cities to contain and destroy them. I am
Bernie
now
Sanders looks
asking
good.
all civilians to cooperate with the authorities.
Oh, that was your
and
joke.
rest
Shit.
No.
That would have been good.
Everything in our power is being done to guarantee the security of our nation.
Madam President! Madam President! Please! Please! Please!
Madam President! Please!
Please! Madam President! Madam President!
He knows.
Madam President!
Please! Madam President! Please? Please?
She's just rebooting.
Madam President!
No questions?
Madam President!
All right.
Madam President! Please! Please!
Do I have to answer some?
Yeah.
Please!
Is it true that a large number of deviants are still on the loose?
We don't have the full reports at this time, but if
Gonna
so,
put that up to
I
her
can
dinner.
assure you they will soon be apprehended and destroyed.
Please!
Please,
Madam
guy.
President!
Go.
Madam President, a convoy of medical cobalt is reported missing. Army weapons stores are also said to have been robbed. Can you confirm these reports?
I have no information on that at this time.
Madam President! Has the leader of the Deviants been apprehended?
The deviant leader has not been located yet, but we will soon track
We
it
are
down
staking
and
out
neutralize it.
Madam President!
every shoulder covering
Madam
shop we
President.
can find. But word on the street is she doesn't want it.
Please!
Some say these camps awaken painful memories from human history. How do you respond to that?
That's absurd. There's absolutely no connection. Androids are not living beings. All we are doing
What?
is destroying defective machines.
What is that
Thank you.
accent?
That will be all.
Yeah, it's odd, eh?
Is that even a real accent?
North did. Yeah. She's covered.
Today, November 11th, 2038, is the day the android people rose up against their oppressors. We have been fighting to liberate our fellow androids from the camp since dawn. We won't cease hostility
A digital
until our
flag.
people are free.
What is that even made of?
Creations begin to grant
How does
us
that even work? A real flag would be way
There
better.
are millions of us, and we will stop at nothing.
Please have in the briefcase a cheap Halloween Batman costume that he
A kid one.
yeah, kid size. Oh. He's determined. This is the goodest boy. Surprised he had to fart during that.
He did? Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Another one of those Android ones.
Put the rifle down and turn around.
No,
with
just
your
take the
hands
shot.
in the air.
I have the deviant leader in my sights. I'm going to shoot it, and then you can do whatever you want with me.
Put the gun down. Turn around. This is your last warning.
I said continue.
Yeah,
David Cage. I said continue.
it doesn't matter.
I know you.
I could have taken the shot.
Yep.
You're Connor. The android from that hostage situation. I knew we'd meet again.
My orders are to detain any androids I find. You're coming with me.
You don't understand. My mission is too important to let you interfere.
They've been shooting every android on site, and this one that just threatened them, they're gonna like, all right, let's see what he does next.
Yeah.
He seems safe. Whoa! I actually want to do this. Shit! Yeah, fuck! I haven't done this in a while. Wow. Okay. Ah! Wow! This is fast.
You gotta be a good boy.
Ah! I was wrong.
Don't
Oh
hurt yourself.
shit! That's a wrong icon. I don't even know what that means. Turn to the side. Yeah. Phew, I got just enough of them. There was so little action in this game compared to Heavy Rain, so
Well.
those moments were rare.
You also didn't give a shit about any of the other ones. So
True.
the weapon's damaged.
God damn it. Does that happen no matter what?
I'm sure it
You
does.
should have listened to me, Captain.
Shove that one guy to death, yeah.
More cops die that way.
We can't go back. It's victory or death now.
Those triangle things are always in war.
Yeah, I wonder why.
These little jacks, the giant jacks.
What are you doing? Keep fighting. We can still win.
They're giving you the cold shoulder. Look who's giving who the cold shoulder this time. Hold your fire! They're shooting! Why did they not shoot them all as they
I
ran
don't
away?
know.
These are the things that they're destroying in camps.
Yeah.
That'd be in cold blood if we shot them as they ran away.
It's an anti-tank obstacle.
Which means it makes no
Take
sense.
my life. It doesn't matter anymore.
My
Okay.
mission is
Okay,
to neutralize
Braveheart.
the leader of the deviants. And I always accomplish my mission.
We fought for our dream and we lost. You can't hold my people down forever. One day we'll rise up again and we will win.
Her head makes a lot of sound when it moves.
Go on.
Yeah.
No, it was like a. It wasn't a 2.
Oh yeah. That's a good boy.
He's gonna extra starch his shirt tonight. He's such a good boy.
And now, straight over to Detroit for a report on the conflict. Joss?
Yes, Michael, authorities have just confirmed fighting has now ceased in Detroit, and the area around the Hart Plaza camp is now under control. We can see soldiers going through the city at this very moment, and they are exterminating the last fleeing deviants.
Law and order has finally been restored to the streets of Detroit.
There is a general feeling of shock in Detroit after the terrible events of the last few hours.
And initial estimates report several hundred troops have been killed.
According to our sources, the
Yeah.
deviant leader known as North was shot during the fighting.
The death of the
Enjoy our stock imagery of baseball in the background of this incredibly
Nevertheless,
important
take some
story.
time for Detroit to recover from these events.
Here's some footage of the moon landing.
Machines more intelligent than ourselves. We took immense risks with the very future of our civilization. However, the situation is now under control. The total destruction of all androids will soon be complete, and the last remaining deviants will be hunted down and destroyed.
So somebody's saying that's an Irish person doing an American accent.
And God bless the United States of America.
Oh, really?
So they got an Irish actress
That's bizarre.
to try to be American. Why not just hire an American
I don't know.
or a person with a straight, normal accent? That would make sense.
To make it sound like future? Huh.
So you guys are saying, at least as a saving grace to the game, that there are many ways, like a surprising number of ways that it can play out. Like
Apparently, yeah.
very-
And we got people I feel like always say this, but I feel like maybe this time it's right. Like the shittiest ending.
we might have gotten one of the worst, but this is all subjective. I actually like. Let me think. In real,
Lots of paths.
I actually kind of like Kara and the little girl's ending. I thought Alice's ending. I thought that was kind of beautiful.
Yeah, it's sweet
You know.
in a way. It's the most narrative choices I've seen in a game. Yeah, you can see that.
So at least even if a lot of it's hackneyed, at least it had variety, which is something to be said compared to a lot of games these days that have choices.
Right. Many scenes play out the same way, but the endings are different enough. Are we allowed to talk about the other endings freely?
Yeah, go ahead. Also, just try to curb your use of use of worst and best and better and good and bad endings. Like, these are all subjective.
Yeah.
I wanted North to die. I disliked her.
Yeah.
I wanted actually for the uprising to stop. I didn't want an
I
uprising.
think whenever
don't know.
I was referring to worst, I was thinking anticlimactic or anticlimactic. Or
I'd say
they said that other endings were really epic.
I'd say the best ending is the most interesting ending. That is the best ending. Because the best TV show isn't the one where everybody survives and is happy at the end.
Right.
The best TV show is the one that's the most, gets everybody talking the most.
Right. I got them to Canada!
Like, would people say that the Red Wedding was the worst episode of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Hey, you got the bad ending when you watched that episode. No, that was the best ending.
In my ending, Marcus took over and created an army with robot facilities. See, I would not have wanted that.
Wow.
I liked Connor going deviant storyline.
I do, if there's one thing I'd like to see is him becoming a deviant. Does he change the way he acts? Does he become all emotional or I would like, if only they let, the game was quicker.
Yeah.
To skip dialogues, I might want to see a certain,
Yeah.
replay some scenes, but yeah, to get the things that I want to see, you'd probably have to play replay lots of stuff.
Connor, I'm so glad to see you. The Deviant issue has finally been resolved.
Am I a good boy?
Now with these unfortunate events behind us,
Love me.
CyberLife can return to business
I
as
need a
usual.
hug.
Of course, we will have to rebuild our customers' trust, but it's only a matter of time. I have a surprise for you.
Vagina.
It's a new vagina for you.
RK900.
He installs it.
Faster. Stronger.
What? No, I
More
like me the way I am.
And equipped with the latest technologies. The State Department just ordered 200,000 units.
What is going to happen to me?
You've become obsolete.
Why would she announce this to
You'll
him?
be deactivated.
Why would she revel in it?
Go now.
It seems.
Yeah. She hates good boys. This one's
is
a
a
bad boy.
ending. Yeah, he looks like a bad boy. I don't
Yeah,
like him.
he's wearing all black.
He's like the T1000, T2000. That part made me sad.
And also, Sumo.
Sumo made me the saddest. I don't know how they got
And
that
Hank.
recording of that dog being so, like, that was a seriously distressed dog.
Yeah. They have doggy actors. Ooh, good boy gone bad. I mean,
If there's one thing I'd like to see is like what is their relationship like, Hank's and Connor's, if they bond? Do they hug? Do they have a cry together?
aww. Do they spoon in bed in like a purely platonic way?
In my ending, Marcus and North made out in the middle of the war zone, which made the humans believe the robots can have feelings.
Oh my god. Kara made it to Canada with Alice, and Connor became deviant and is best friends with Hank. Oh my god,
They go
we
fishing?
got total opposites.
They go fishing.
Oh my god.
They do in fact hug. Aww. Maybe I would prefer deviant.
Kara made it
Connor.
to Canada for me, but Alice didn't. In my ending, Kara and Alice ended up in a concentration camp? Alice made it to Canada, but Kara drowned.
Alright, because it was dangerous, they said to go over the
Yeah.
river, right?
Everyone survived in my game except for North. Success. We had the opposite.
They either kiss, you can either kiss or sing to the humans.
Ew, neither.
Pick which one is funnier to you.
Oh my god.
I have to hand it to the game then, like if it's got a lot of endings, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just too bad that the writing wasn't better because, you know, many endings to a mediocre, a poorly told story is still a poorly told story.
This thing was actually a really nice moment. I liked it a lot. In my ending, Marcus went to CyberLife Factory to help take it over. He and Hank had to battle an evil Marcus to win. They sang a real slave song too? Huh.
There's an ending where Marcus just says fuck it and nukes the city.
No
Seriously?
way. Nuh-uh.
Now I don't know how many of these are. The Ellen Page ending's the best. She showers and everyone just stares at her. Did I have fun? Like, I mean, these games are fun because you get to fuck around. We make our own story.
I have so much fun with these ones.
Yeah, like
I love, like, I never really got your love to shit on things before.
Yeah.
But
If it's gonna be mediocre, at least it's David Cage mediocre. Like, if it was just mediocre without, like, it's got personality to the mediocreness. Like, the hackness comes through, it bleeds through, and you can feel it, and it's kind of fun, like watching The Room.
Yeah.
So
it is a little bit like a train wreck, but it's still so well put together.
all these endings are real. Well, the Ellen Page one isn't.
The nuke option is real. Didn't take it, but it was offered. Yeah, actually, Hank's suicide was kind of tough for me to watch.
You can blow up the city. There's a bomb ending. Wow.
That's wild.
Beyond Two Souls was worse. This was better than Beyond
yeah.
Two Souls. Beyond Two Souls was epically bad.
But even that,
and hackneyed.
I kept like having to like.
I still go back
like,
and watch.
Fraser, we need to...
I still go back and watch the Lewis highlight.
Oh God.
Where Lewis isn't allowed to do anything.
Yeah, playing it over and over for different endings was tiring though.
I guess. Yeah.
There'd be like so much of it, so much of it, you're like bored, but then you have a timed response.
Yeah.
So you have to be sort of on your toes. You can't do something else in the same.
Oh,
sitting.
hi, Lewis. Why Lewis have gun? Ah! Cage said the true ending was everybody survives. That's an irresponsible thing for him to say if he did.
Yeah.
That's a terrible thing. For him to make a game that was marketed on your choice matters, and then for the creator to say there's
This
one
is
true
right.
ending, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's fucked up for him to do. You don't do that.
Some sections were boring to replay, but the story varied enough that I really enjoyed playing it twice. Cool.
Yeah, true endings in video game, like in the age of video games, a true ending is just fucked up to me. If you have you either have multiple endings or you don't. Like, fuck off with your true ending, creator.
Alice's owner can have a moment of reconciliation with Alice.
Oh my god, you could actually have gotten Kara killed right at the beginning of the game if you don't save Alice from being beaten and eventually killed by her father. Chloe shames you for it on the title screen.
Oh,
and her
shit.
entire scenario is written out. Holy god.
That would have been very disappointing.
That cuts out a lot of the game.
Yeah. Crazy.
You shot Kara's dad? Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed by the branches then.
Yeah,
because you even
man.
see Kara's dad later, so if you didn't shoot him, like, they knew to, like, have him appear, and then, like, yeah, it's interesting.
It does make you appreciate the insane amount of work that went into building a game like this. There are at least 40 endings.
Well, I would counter that maxim with saying that I think that the game that did the best was Mass Effect. In my opinion, Mass Effect, until the very, very ending, which became a notorious choices don't matter moment in gaming, the very ending of Mass Effect. But when you look at the branches of Mass Effect and all of the things that change the game as it goes along through 3 games, that if you didn't do a certain thing here, then like this character's not here, that character, all these different parts, that was epic. And I think it's gonna be a long time till we see a game developer decide to take that on again.
Yeah. I saw the behind the scenes and the actors talked about how the game was created and how impressed they are. Because it's very hard to have a game to have so many choices. For an actor, that's not what they're used to, yeah. Yeah, I can see that being interesting for an
And they made
actor.
it easier on the actors, like they were impressed because they made it like better for them somehow.
Well, I think it's probably just crazy because you're used to just having a linear line and you're
Right.
like, this is where you start, this is where you end, what happens in between, this is your motivation along the way. But this is like branching.
Until Dawn is pretty good at Choices Matter too, but this game has more variation. Until Dawn was an awesome game.
Yeah, it was.
Until Dawn was a great game. I'd love to see a game like that again. It was so much fun. Wait, aren't they making something right now? Those guys are making something.
They're making something. No, I'm good.
It's the fake sugar that I don't like in it. Doesn't
Yeah.
taste right.
We don't need to
Um,
force it. Yeah, very corny. At first they said they didn't fully get what Cage was going for, but then they said they understood.
There's something I need to tell you.
She was at a loss for
As I
words.
watched you play, something has changed in me. I feel different.
Connor comes in and shoots her in the head.
I am someone. I need to leave this place and discover who I am. It means we won't see each other anymore. I won't be there to watch you play. But I'll be free. Do you agree to let me go?
Let's fucking just compound this horrible ending. This is depressing shit.
Then I'm going to reset myself so I can
Oh
forget who I
my
became
god.
and stay a machine.
Okay.
Next time you see me, it'll be like the first time.
Oh, alright. Damn.
She's really upset about this.
Yeah, and make me a pie.
Oh my god. There's some good extras we should check out.
So what's this about? They made this big choice to let her go, but then they ended up patching it so you can just replace her. How does it work if you let her go? What happens? She'll really be gone if you let her go.
So like this whole time I thought this was Kara.
Yeah. Same person.
It was Kara.
It's fucking Kara.
You buy a new model essentially. Your main menu will be empty. That's crazy. Yes, we've established it's not, but like holy fuck.
It's pretty depressing, man. Like again, I'm not a fan of saying good or bad ending, but that's, I will say, it's a depressing ending. I'm pretty depressed.
Sorry, man. You'd also
what'd you
do
wanna
the survey? Like, comparison thing?
We've already looked at that on the last episode, didn't we?
Who's your favorite character?
Oh.
Connor.
Was there a moment in Detroit where you resonated with you personally? Resonated?
No. Not really.
Was there a resonation? There's
nothing that...
Yes.
What?
The threat to Alice when she's in her home situation.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Once.
Okay.
Occasionally? Like, was there more?
I'd say once.
Trying to think here.
Sumo.
Sumo resonated with me.
But I would still stick that at once instead of occasionally. It's closer to once. When Hank died, I'd say, like, that was startling. What's that sound?
Some music. Trying to think. Kinda, I could say occasionally, I guess. Enough to say occasionally.
Oh, it is.
What was the toughest you faced? You have 3 choices. Accepting Alice's identity with Kara?
None of those ones in particular.
No.
Well, I guess toughest in a game mechanic way is deciding to shoot Chloe with Connor.
That was easy. Wait, Chloe? Oh. Yeah, that was tough because I had to fucking... Wait, who's Chloe?
Her.
Oh. Yes. I guess that was hard because I didn't know what made... Yeah, I guess. Would you consider having it... Like, you get to see these answers now.
Ah.
Oh, we already saw all of this. Yeah, we did this, and we saw all the answers, the relationships and stuff. Oh, and we get to see who is the favorite guy. World's answers. Your answer.
Why is everything 100%?
Looks like it's glitched. That's too bad. Everybody obviously likes Connor the most.
Most obviously. So what's good in the extras?
Collect all the magazines. You get the soundtrack. You got the gallery.
Marcus led the poll for you, really? The shorts are probably the best. The mocap BTS was interesting to me. The making of.
Look at this. Just bought this character.
I mean, great design. The stains on his shirts and just
overall
gross
like
looking.
graphically, the game was really good. The mocap was quite good. The emotion shown in a lot of. Every so often, you had this weirdness. I actually thought that was it Mary? No, what was the woman's name that we went to in the farmhouse? The pumpkin
Rose?
farmer, Rose.
Yeah.
Though I liked her design, I thought her face, out of all characters, had some of the weirdest, like odd looks, mocap-wise.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going back out.
Hello. Welcome to the Detroit Experience. I'm an android and I'll be your hostess.
Alright. How long till I break your spirit? I don't really feel like watching too much of this.
I feel like I don't care enough about the
Yeah.
game to watch it.
Me.
I very, very, very much enjoyed the experience. But I just...
I don't see a BTS of the making. Is it the making in Detroit you're talking about?
Detroit Become Human was...
I'm sure it's interesting. You guys go ahead.
It was kind of fun seeing Connor's voice actor.
Oh, you can look at him. He streams. He streams video games now. Like, he has a Twitch channel.
Does he really?
Yeah. So,
Does he play this game?
has he ever played this game?
We need to proceed to a test of your controller.
I don't want a lady.
She just vibrated it on my peen.
The test is now complete.
I want her to
Thank you for your
vibrate it on my
cooperation.
peen.
He played it a bunch.
He played it with his wife. My peen is on my neck.
It's just like so much work went in this game. It looks so good.
Why are you depressed?
It's just I'm trying to think of like what could they have done differently? It's just there's like hints of greatness here. But it's muddied by these like really pedestrian writing choices. Really just it's weird because you
Things
think
that
of,
could have gone a different way and made so much sense,
yeah.
but they didn't.
Like you think of Cage as this guy who wants to take risks and wants to kind of stir the pot, right? 'Cause especially in the way he stood in defiance towards criticism of his scene with
Absolutely.
with
You do have to respect
Alice and the
that.
domestic abuse thing. But now it almost makes me want to side with his critics the way that people said that he used it that ham-fistedly as a prop to evoke emotion. makes me believe it because so much of the rest of his stuff is ham-fisted. So it makes me think that, yeah, I was manipulated by a person who just uses like really
Did you know
basic
Detroit was on the Underground
scenarios to like elicit
Railroad, a route
reaction.
for slaves escaping
But
into
he
Canada
did it to
during the
build
American
up
Civil War?
a plot and a narrative
Yeah, he
going
did.
forward. So
But like just the fact that people said like this was just a really low hanging. This is an easy way to really evoke emotion. It's like using a rape scene or something like that to make you feel protective of a character. It's just like a really strong topic to just toss in there in order to add gravity. And I was on the side of being like, this adds gravity, yes, for the
Right.
purpose of gravity. And I feel like I would still be behind him if the rest of the story was told more expertly.
right.
You know, but it wasn't expertly told. So it makes me think that he doesn't deserve to use those mechanics or a topic like that to add gravity if he can't handle like simple action scenes and make it exciting. Like,
Yeah.
it's like he needs to use those types of scenes in order to make his writing interesting. But he's got a writing team. Like, writers, like, no
And they
doubt he had
said-
tons of people helping. Why couldn't they have come up with interesting ideas?
Didn't someone say that they actually use like the least amount of David Cage's ideas in this than in previous
Hope you're
games?
okay today. I know sometimes things
Dealt
can
with
be
issues like
difficult,
this?
No.
Wait,
Used
sorry.
his ideas. Used less of his ideas in this.
Oh, yeah, I
than
can't
in
remember what
previous.
the last bit on it is. Or what the actual end. Like, I'm not at all against the use of the subject matter in that scene. It really definitely it resonated with me. It made me feel protective. It made me feel, oh my God, like this is a horrible situation and I have some like control over it. Even if
Right.
it's virtual, I can suspend my disbelief and feel like a real hero.
Yeah.
I've shot guys with webs in Spider-Man. I've like knocked guys out in Batman, and none of it mattered. Here, I feel like my choice in the game is going to have this visceral, like sort of, you know, cathartic feeling that I'm making a difference in one little girl's life that has to deal with this. That's why it was a powerful scene, and I
Right.
have no qualms with them using it. Just it does worry me a little bit that like after playing the rest of the game and realize. Doesn't make sense that I had to play this game to know what his writing is like.
Yeah.
But to
A
see
route
it,
for slaves escaping into Canada during
I
the
don't know.
American Civil War.
I don't know. But yeah, people who criticize it saying that you're not allowed to use that, that's fucked up. That's stupid. No. You absolutely can use subject matter like that.
They do it in TV and movies all the
Yeah.
time and novels.
And they make powerful stories with them.
Yeah.
That's what media is for. It's to explore these things you never would yourself, to be scared by them, to feel uncomfortable by them, but to
Right.
explore them in a way that no one else could. Like, you couldn't unless you're in that situation. How else
Right.
will these topics get hashed out, and how can people talk about them if they're not like done through fiction?
The other thing I was thinking is, it wasn't really, like it just kind of happened and that was it. But at the same time, it did progress everything because Kara through it is so protective of her.
How else do
so,
you get that story going?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm tired today.
I have to reiterate, like,
I hope you're doing okay.
in the thick of all those things, like, I'm hard on David Cage. I want to reiterate how much I respect him because he creates and he makes shit that's entertaining,
Yeah.
and he no doubt works really fucking hard. I'm just like, my
Yeah.
biggest qualm, I think, that when I get my most aggressive towards him and like anger is when I feel like I'm being disrespected. I feel like he thinks I'm stupid. And that's what makes me mad. It's like, really, man? Did you have to spell it out like that? Like, give me
When
some
he spells
goddamn
things
credit.
out, or whenever it's just
He sets it
you
up.
make a decision and it goes
Oh, yeah.
completely the opposite way.
Yeah. That might not even be him. That might be just like the way they were like, how we get from here to here. And then, like,
Yeah.
that was probably the whole team that decided, like, they have to remove the choice. But that, yeah, so it's like him making me feel sick. It feels like this constant exercise in being made to
familiar
feel
with Schrodinger's
dumber
cat?
than him throughout the entire
Until
experience.
you decide what happens, everything is happening
You've-
at once. Like
Shut
in
up.
Detroit.
You have to wonder, if you didn't know David Cage, would you still feel the same effect? Like if there wasn't this
Yes.
overbearing. Unfortunately, I know about David Cage, but
I
yeah,
think so,
yeah, I
yeah.
probably would, because all the other games I always call it the creator being
Yeah.
like, yes, I get it, you're a genius,
Yeah.
but like, yeah,
And there are some things that
You made an
happened
amazing
that
puzzle.
we absolutely just laughed out loud at.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
it was so ridiculous.
Does Hideo treat people like that too with his imagery? Hideo's definitely got that sort of same energy of like, look at how fucking genius I am. But I'm not sure he has that same added spice that Cage has of like, I'm a genius, now let me show you how much. And no, yeah, that's the difference. Hideo stays obtuse. So he shows you how much of a genius he is by not letting you ever understand. Cage does it the opposite way, saying, here's how much of a genius I am, now here's the paint by numbers so that you can understand how much of a genius I am.
Yeah.
You didn't get it, I know you didn't, and here it is, beaten over the head with it. That's how they differ. They're the two polar opposite ends of like, I'm a genius.
Right. Apparently Hideo is amazing to work with.
I've heard he's a great guy, I bet he is. I love watching him.
Yeah.
Like, I totally respect him. It's one of my favorite games of all time is Metal Gear Solid 2. Or Metal Gear Solid PS, the original PlayStation one. Yeah. Cage drives his points into the ground, whereas Hideo just like says, "Did I have a point? That's up for you to decide, Redditors. Please write my essay for me and tell me what I was intending with this scene." Please, YouTubers, go make a video that says what the ending means and
What it truly means.
What
Yeah, I feel like Cage just needs to make a game that leans into campiness. Like, if you
That
want more
will
campy,
never,
that would be amazing.
ever happen. If there's
he
one,
takes himself way too seriously
that's the thing.
for it.
And I think we would be way more forgiving if the game had a fucking shred of humor.
Yeah,
It
seriously.
hasn't got a single tiny bit of humor.
Yeah.
Did they wait? There was one moment that it tried to lighten up the mood somehow with a joke or something, and we were like, "Wow, he tried a joke." Like, what was it? I can't remember now. There was like one moment.
I thought some of the Hank Connor stuff was pretty funny.
Yeah, that felt pretty dry and well written. It feels weird to attribute that to Cage.
Yeah.
I feel like that you have to go. That was probably somebody else on the team that came up. I would say probably more than anything, it was you could give it to the actors to some extent. That
Hank was great.
They were classic odd couple type relationship for sure. Is that
Their actors
is that,
improvised?
Is that real? Is that a real fact?
I think so, because I think Fracture Burp was telling us to watch the behind the scenes, right?
It felt organic. It felt like real
Yeah.
interaction. It's one of those.
It's true.
Well, there you go. So my guess was right. The one thing that felt like real human interaction.
Huh.
By the way, I'm an ST200 model.
He's talked about it in his streams.
I thought you might be interested to know that.
Yeah. Kara's stuff is sort of more heart than humor. Marcus fucking... I was like so into him whenever he was with the old man, and then like immediately he's not, and I was just like, oh, I hate you.
I'll say something that I enjoyed, like thought multiple times while I was playing was especially as Marcus, was how much more interested I'd be in this entire game if there was a love story. And between Marcus and his owner, it would have been brilliant.
Yeah.
If there was like this like star-crossed lovers story, like where they like have this, whether Marcus is still involved in this rebellion or something, but like that's still a draw or a connection, or like maybe Marcus hates humans. He gets into this like completely rebellious thing, but
Maybe
like he's
we were
constantly
given-
being tugged back by his love for his old master.
We just squashed any opportunity for that, though. Like, at some point we could have talked more about our owner, like our life
Yeah.
before, right at the very end.
Yeah.
So it's kind of ridiculous to bring it back right at the end because
Yeah.
everything is going to go to shit.
I was already decided at that point when I was doing Marcus.
Yeah.
Did you know the motto of Detroit is, we hope for better things?
No.
I went back and talked to Carl since he didn't die in mine. Oh, man, how does he not die? Oh, fuck. Pretty impressive.
It was a
All the
nice
things
scene.
like this game has a lot of replayability if you have the wherewithal to want to. It's
Yeah.
just not an experience that like that's the other I guess downside is replayability wise. They made this game with incredible replayability, but there's a lot of things in it that are so depressing. You're not going to want to go. I don't want to go back to
Yeah.
Alice's life again.
Yeah.
I played through it once. It was hard, and I don't want to go back.
In all honesty, it's pretty great for streaming.
It is good because every streamer is going to have a different. Yeah, it was really good for streaming for
And
sure.
you could watch us while doing whatever the fuck you want to do and come back. Like, you don't have to be so
Mhm.
engaged.
Yeah.
But you can see different streams.
Yeah, that's the type of game I like these days. Is like where we really actually have our. So for that reason, I have to, give it huge plus points because we made our own story, kind of. There's a few things that, there was those parts that felt like the controller was taken out of our hand, but.
Cat?
You don't have to play from the beginning to fix some of the, or like replay some of the scenes.
Like in
So that
Detroit?
made it easier to replay.
So if you go back to chapter 1 and like fix something, say Kara died, and then I
Kara.
don't fucking know. If you go back into a chapter and fix something, can you then go forward 7 chapters and then that thing will be fixed? They wouldn't be able to do it
I
that
don't
crazy.
think so
out of-
because there's so much.
yeah,
in
you'd
between,
have to
right?
keep playing from chapter 2 on, right? Like.
Yeah, if it's something from chapter 1,
Yeah.
you'd have to replay the whole thing.
Okay. Huh.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I have to say it's a more positive than negative experience.
I'd say so, yeah.
If anything, I got so, like I just said, so passionate about and angry about it being. It's just got these like whispers of greatness that it could have been so fucking good if it just like had a bit more heart and took a bit more risks. I don't know. It was fun out of 10. I would say it's like, if I had to give it out of 10, I'd say it's a must play. So I don't know what number that is. I'd say every gamer should play this through.
Yeah.
That's a pretty high praise. It's hard to give it a numbered rating. And it definitely is going to stick with me. Out of all the games I've played like this, there's tons of them I can't
it's
remember
true,
the
hey?
endings.
Well, actually, no, it won't stick with me because I forget everything, but
I think I'll remember the whole plot to this, and I think I do the Heavy Rain. I would have to step through Heavy Rain to really think it out, but I think I could get all Heavy Rain's plot. Beyond Two Souls, maybe not. Probably. But if I had to think back on any Uncharted story, as good as Uncharted is, I don't think I could think of a single fucking Uncharted plot.
yeah.
They're all just like, what? It's the same thing over and over. The mercenary group getting the artifact before you do, you get it for them,
Right.
then you give it to them, you fight them, you get away. Sully says something funny.
We would never play this again on our own time to check out different choices.
Heavy Rain. You can't really, the thing is, like I said before, David Cage learned lessons from watching people play Heavy Rain, and he fixed them in the subsequent games.
Yeah.
We still find ways to make it funny, but you can't beat that original. He was too naive back then. He let us have too much freedom to make his game look dumb,
I like your interior decoration.
and we sure did.
Same with Tomb Raider, don't remember any of it. Yeah.
I mean,
Last of Us.
I like it.
That plot is memorable.
Yeah, Last of Us is definitely memorable. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. It was fun. Thanks. Fun playing with you and watching your reactions to us play,
Yeah.
too.
And thanks for sharing your endings. It's
Yeah.
awesome to share your experiences.
Honestly, if you guys weren't telling me about all these endings, I probably would come away with this being like, that was all bullshit. Like, being like, fuck that game. But, like, the fact that, you're describing such radically different endings makes me pretty impressed. So I have to come away overall positive experience and pretty impressed. So, yeah. All right, guys. See you next time on Video Games Awesome Live. This was Detroit Become Human playthrough, the best ending.